We are celebrating the proclamation of Indigenous Peoples Day to replace Columbus Day. So now part of 55 other cities and 5 states who've declared this, and the movement is growing. Our mayor made a one-year proclamation, and we plan to follow that up next year with a permanent change through the City Council.
I'm hoping that by declaring October 9th, 2017 as Indigenous Peoples Day, we'll start a greater conversation in Santa Barbara, where we can come together as a community, recognize the history here, recognize and value the Indigenous people, and work together to create something that is acknowledging where we've come from and where we want to go as a community with a sense of peace and unity.
It's the beginning to say, to right the wrong, to take Columbus out of the place of hero and to acknowledge the truth of the genocide, the torture, the slavery that he started.
I'm not here to speak for the Chumash people, and I can't speak for any other indigenous group. I can only speak for myself. We have to first of all acknowledge that they're indigenous still here, and that there's still traumatic history that we have to resolve, and to reconcile our differences to help put it back together again.
There were horrible things that happened in our history that need to be acknowledged.
How do we heal historical trauma? The misunderstandings that have occurred that caused us to harm others, as to take from another person something that belongs to them. First thing, for us to help heal, we have to unify. We have to forgive. We have to learn to love ourselves. We have to forgive ourselves for whatever the heck we did prior to this, and also whatever our ancestors may have done. And we have to resolve that conflict before we can begin to heal, not only ourselves, but the world.
I think if the U.S. government actually changed Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day, that would have a huge message in relation to acknowledging the people who were here before immigrants came to this country.
I'm hoping that it will create a forum, all over our country, that Indigenous Peoples Day weekend can become a time where teachings and sharing and discussions and events can happen to bring the wisdom of Indigenous people forward.
It's going to take a lot of prayer. It's going to take a lot of intention. But we can create a worldwide ceremony. We can create a worldwide intention to create peace on the planet.